Hello. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hello to all my Facebook saints, my YouTube saints, and my Sunday school dropouts. I hope you've had a wonderful day. It's a little cold where I am, so I hope wherever you are nice, good, and warm and toasty under a good blanket. If this is your first time joining us, well, hello. My name's Brandlin, and I am so happy that you've joined us tonight. Make sure to tell us where you're from and that you're new so that we can show you some love. But how's everybody doing? As always, when you first come in the room, you have to tell me that you're here. So say hi so we can get the party started and having a little fun this evening. Make sure that I know you're here. Let's see. I'll roll over here to these comments. Hey, Sarah, I hope all is well. And hello, Miss Brenda. I hope you're doing well, y'all. Before we even get into tonight, if you will, let us have a moment of silence because the Cowboys are not in the playoffs. You know, when I was little, my grandma used to do something when it would storm, okay? And I don't know if this is a country thing or if you all have ever experienced this. If you have, please tell me. Kayla, where is Sydney? Sydney is in her room painting. She is upset. She didn't finish her photo or her picture for tonight. And I told her it was fine. We can definitely do it next week. But when I was little, when it would storm, my grandmother would make us all go to one room in the house, turn off all the lights, and unplug all the anything that was in an outlet. It had to be unplugged. Well, let's just say Sydney and I felt like that's what we needed to do this evening. We just needed to get away. We just need to get away. So we went to Sonic and got us a slushie to get away from my husband because we knew. And we refused to come back in the house until we knew the game was completely over. Let's see here. I'm seeing some of these comments. Hi, Deb from Florida. I hope you're doing well. Holly says, we have 7 new... Lord have mercy. Holly. Or should I say Dr. Doolittle? Woo. I know you are happy with all those puppies. I know you are. Let's see here. Barb. Oh, hush your mouth, Barb. Yay, no Cowboys. I know. Part of me is okay with them losing. And I'm saying that really softly because if he hears me, we're in trouble. But part of me is okay with them losing because that means I don't have to hear him going off about it for the rest of the time. So that's a good thing. Hold on, y'all. I'm actually I'm not even going to pick it up. It's okay. One of my family members is trying to call, and I was going to embarrass them and tell them I was on a live, but that's all right. I won't do them that way. So I'm looking for my paper. I thought I had my paper. But anyway, that is the first thing I wanted to do was make sure that we had a moment of silence for those Cowboys. It's going to be a rough night in my house. And I saw somebody gave me condolences. Thank you. I appreciate it. I needed them because my Lord, I cannot believe I sat down and absolutely lost my paper. Here it is. Now, normally we do a bless your heart. I wanted to do something a little different tonight because this is going to be a very, very interesting. You should have, wait a minute, what am I doing? Where am I going? Hold on. Sharon says, you should have gone to Brewster's Real Ice Cream on East Brandon Road. Oh, Sharon, you know I love it. You know I love me some Brewster's, but I live so far away. I love Brewster's. You know it's bad when you know the owners. I love Brewster's. And one day, I'll maybe get to move so I can be closer to them because I love Brewster's. And I love the Brewster's on East Brandon Road. Yes, with Miss Yolanda. Let's see here. Okay, let me jump into this. Normally we do bless your heart, but tonight I want to do something a little different. I think this one actually is a Is it, well, it's a bless your heart. We'll make it a bless your heart. That's fine. For anyone who doesn't know, bless your heart means just that. It just is a term you use when you have nothing nice to say. It can be a term of endearment. It can be words of encouragement, or it can also be a level of sarcasm. And tonight, I feel like this might be a level of sarcasm. So I was trying to, y'all, nothing is working for me tonight. I'm trying to find the Bless Your Heart banner, but it is not pulling up for me this evening. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and tell you there it is. Let me tell you what's going on. So get ready for this. I'm going to put you in this situation. Imagine you have a little time and you decide to go swimming. Okay. You're swimming. Maybe you think you're the Little Mermaid. Maybe you think you're Flipper, whatever. But you're swimming, you're having a good time. And you get out of the pool and you realize your ear just feels blocked. It feels like you got something going on. And you think, of course, what? You must have water in your ear. So you lay and you go to sleep. Now, normally when you have water in your ear and you lay on that side, in the middle of the night, you can feel that little bit of water just run out of your ear. And it's like, whoo, I can breathe again, right? Hello, Miss Sue. How are you? But let's say you can't quite do that. Hi, my Kim, and I love you right back. Let's say the next day you wake up and you still got this block going on in your ear. And it's really starting to bother you. So naturally, what do? You go to the doctor. And the doctor suggests, you ready for this? The doctor suggests take a blow dryer and put it close to your ear, and hopefully that will help that water that's in your ear dry up. Okay. So put a blow dryer to your ear and make sure that I'm going somewhere with this because this really happened, y'all. Okay, so you try that. It's still not working, and this is really starting to irritate you, and you have a blockage in your ear. You know there's something going on. So you say, you know what? I'm going to a specialist. And you go to the ENT doctor, the ear, nose, and throat specialist. Okay? The ear, nose, and throat specialist gets you there. And the very first thing that they do is look in your ear and take a jump back. Why? Why do they take a jump back? Because you have a roach in your ear. Did you hear me? A roach is in your ear. And you have to sit there and allow the ear, nose, and throat specialist to put some tweezers or something down in there and pull a roach out of your ear. Well, could you imagine that? That's exactly what happened to a New Zealand man. He had a roach in his ear for not 1, 2, but 3 days. 3 days. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the Trinity, for 3 days. And the minute the roach came out, he said he felt the blockage go away. First and foremost, wait a minute, Jackie said, I had that problem all the time from washing my hair. Oh, you mean water in your ear? Okay, I'm with you. Could y'all imagine? Oh, okay. So here are first of all, couldn't be me. Couldn't be. Just chop my ear off, okay? You can just have it. Take the whole ear. You can have the ear. I couldn't imagine that. Oh, no. Miss Mary says, oh, no. I knew it was something bad. Yes, it's bad. Yes. The headline would read different if it was me. Woman goes deaf, spraying Raid in her ear. I just spray my ear down. Oh, and could you imagine you having to sit still? Oh my gosh, I would give myself a concussion trying to beat my head in to get it out of my ear. Woo. Okay, so here are our Bless Your Heart contestants. Who gets the award? Naturally, is it the man? Is it the man who had the roach in his ear for three days? Is it the ENT doctor who had to pull it out? Because think about it, he couldn't squish it. 3, is it the bug who was down in there for 3 years, 3 days, excuse me, or 4. I got a 4th one. Is it the first doctor? Because I'm going to be suing him because he messed that all up. Time I put a blow dryer. Now you would have had a fried roach in your ear. So who gets to bless your heart for this one? This gives a whole new meaning to come here and let me put a bug in your ear. I just need to tell you something. Whole new meaning to that. Oh. Let's see here. Laura said, where I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, the roaches were too big to fit in my ear. Yes, they are. Yes. It's something about the water down there in Savannah. I know. We went to eat and something landed on my shoulder and said, hey, how are you? And I tried to strip right there in the restaurant. So yes. Okay. Miss D says the roach, wrong place, wrong time. Oh gosh, let's see. Okay, Rhonda gives it. Okay, Martina and Rhonda give it to the NT doc. Angela says the man. Oh, imagine if he just thought it was water. If he kept thinking it was just water in his ear. Sarah says the man, because he didn't cut his ear off. I would have lost my ear. Exactly. I would have lost my ear and had a concussion because I would have beat my head. I would. Woo. And don't ever ask me to go swimming again. Where was he swimming? Never mind. Okay. So we are torn. I see a lot of people saying the man. I see the doctor. The man. Yep. Sue the first doctor. Yes, Miss Sue. Miss Sue said Sue. Okay. It's a done deal. If Miss Sue says Sue, we're suing. Okay. We are suing. Let's see. Rhonda says that might be the double bless your heart and include the man. Oh, and Sue, the first doctor for people. Thank you, Regina. I'm with you. I am with you. Well, listen, I do have a question as you guys figure out who won bless your heart. Is it snowing where you are? Let me know. I want to know if it's snowing or if it's super cold or if the weather is nice. Kenny says, I ain't playing with no bugs. I don't play with bugs. Kenny, I'm with you. I don't play with bugs either. Let's see here. I would consistently have cotton or plug my ears from then on. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait. Now, Lisa, you just, Lisa just took it too far. Lisa said, what if it laid some eggs in his ear? Oh, my God. Oh, I got the heebie-jeebies. Oh, Miss Brenda says it is 70 degrees in Texas. Well, because of them cowboys in Texas, it's mighty cold in my house. Oh, well, Faith says, I have a student who loves bugs. Bless their hearts. But Sydney was like that for a minute. She's a very inquisitive child. Imagine how I was when she brought bugs in the house. Tell my mama, look at these. Honey, you do show and tell at the school. This isn't school, okay? Don't show me nothing because I'm going to tell you to take it outside. How about that? Let's see here. Anita says, what did you say, Nita? We just got snow to stick here in East Brainerd. Okay. Well, it just came down in North Georgia. That's it. And it pretty much dissolved as soon as it hit the ground. Chris, supposed to get, oh my goodness, 6 to 8 inches in Ohio. We're having rain. It's 37. Ooh, Lord, that's cold. It is. It's very cold here too. It is very cold. So everybody wrap up, be warm and be comfortable. I need everybody warm. But I got to thinking, because this just made me laugh, okay? You know, one thing that I'm really, really big on is no judgment. We just come here, we laugh, and we have a good time. But in light of the weather here, where I am, it's snowing, but the minute that it hits the ground, it pretty much turns to rain. It's not actually sticking. Part of that, and most of that, is because it's not quite cold enough. The ground is not cold enough for it to stick. And so sadly, I posted a picture of my daughter earlier today scraping snow off the hood of my husband's truck. trying to make a snowman. Bless your heart. But this whole thing actually got me to thinking about some funny things that we see this time of year. Where are you? Miss Debbie, I am in North Georgia, right outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so I'm closer. I consider Chattanooga home. I work in Chattanooga. I go to church. Everything we do is in Chattanooga. We just live right outside. Chattanooga sits right on the line. And so I live right over the line in Georgia. So in a place called Chickamauga, or as I call it, Green Acres. But what's so funny to me is how people act in the wintertime and today. I don't know, in people who are from up north, you have to tell me if this is a southern thing or some of these, if these are southern things or if this is just everywhere, okay? If everybody acts this way. So these are the top 5 people that confuse me in the wintertime, okay? Some of these may step on some toes. Okay, I know this is a judgment-free zone, so don't nobody get sensitive. We are just having fun, okay? Now, the first person who really works me in the wintertime, when it's cold outside, is people who won't turn on the heat in their homes and then invite you over. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? I should not have to put on long johns to go in your house. I should not sit in your living room to have a conversation with you and see my breath. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? They just determined to be cheap and not turn on the heat. Go ahead, be cheap. Don't turn on your heat. Give that money to your doctor because you're going to catch a cold. Or as my grandma used to say, neurasthma. Neurasthma is a mixture of asthma and pneumonia. That's how she would say it, pneumonia. If you don't turn on that heat, you don't have to keep it on, but your house should not. If your inside is colder than what it is outside, that's a problem. There's not enough blankets in the world. Turn that thermostat up. That is right. Oh, now wait, Anita. We're not calling names. Anita said that's my mother. We're not calling names. We are not. Let's see here. Have you ever been to Red Top Mountain? No, I haven't. But I would love to go. Tell me, is that in North Georgia? I think I've heard of it, if it is. So let me know. Q, you hanging in there? I know they lost. I just want to check on you. Had to turn my heat on to 72 yesterday because my brand new nephew came to visit and I was so hot. Now, let's talk about the other side of that coin. Have you ever been in people's houses where in the wintertime and the summertime, the house is always on 85 million degrees outside? It could be 32 degrees outside and you have to go outside of their house to cool off because they have it on hell. You walk in and you feel like, you're like, okay, is this your way of telling me to live right? Because this is what it feels like in hell. Why is there sweat coming off my eyelashes sitting in your house? Do y'all know? Typically, this is my older seasoned saints. I'm not going to call my seasoned saints. That's what I'm going to call them, you know. Oh, like my grandmother. Oh, my God. Her house felt like the lobby to hell. And then at night, she put those thick quilts on the bed. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Them thick quilts. I'm going to have to back the camera up so I can show you. So you already hot and then she put the thick quilt on you. And this is how you have to turn over. 1, 2. And you laying like this. You have to use all your energy to turn over. I don't understand these. Can we just find a happy medium? Don't freeze me out, but don't burn me up either. Can we just come to the middle? Can we get to the middle? Husband is at 68 every day. I just need a little bit, Kenny. That's it. 68. I think I can live with 68. I think I can do that. But I just need, so those people who don't regulate their house properly in the wintertime, especially, Oh, Laura, I know. I hate being hot at night too. And I can't stand being hot at night. But I'm one of those weirdos that have blankets up to my neck and then my fan is blowing in my face. Or as my husband calls it, the wind tunnel. Do we have any other wind tunnel saints in the house? Blanket to your neck, fan on your face. I just need a little in between. Twinks in betweens. I don't understand those people. 3 more people I don't understand in the winter and the time. They announced to us that there is going to be a storm coming. Okay? Hey, love it too. They announced there's a storm coming. All right? Not a problem. We know the storm is coming. I don't understand that person that goes in the store and tries to buy everything that they have. Not just the milk and the bread and the eggs, which I don't know why we have to have those in the house, but they it's almost like they go down the aisle and just stick their hand out and stick everything in their buggy, like they will never get to go shopping again. And the funny thing about that to me is, if we lose power, baby, what you gonna do with all that? What you can't. You have one mouth and one stomach. Can you save something for somebody else? It's a snowstorm. It's not Armageddon, okay? Do you understand? Susan says, I also have 4 dogs sleeping with me. Well, that's a heater for you. Yeah, you're going to be hot. 4 dogs? 4. That's one here. You got them on all sides. Oh, my. Okay, let's see here. Storms and COVID. Shelves are empty. Yes, and people just being greedy. You can only eat so much. You can only cook so much. I don't understand these people. But there are these 2 right here. I need to know if this person right here is everywhere or just in the South, okay? Because I don't understand them. I don't. And I know several of them. When the temp is low, let's say it's like right now, I believe it's like 37 degrees. Now, that's cold. For Southerners, that's freezing, okay? But that's cold. So can you explain to me why it's that cold and I see people walking around in shorts and muscle shirts? Make it make sense. Why are you in Daisy Dukes? The daisies are withering and covered in ice on your dukes. I don't understand. I don't. Please help me. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Flip-flops and shorts. That's right, Laura. Flip-flops and shorts. Flip-flops and shorts. Oh, but the classic winter ensemble in the South is flip-flops, Crocs, shorts, and a sweatshirt. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't I don't understand. I'm looking at them and I'm getting cold. I'm pulling my jacket closer to me, going looking at them in the muscle shirts. I don't understand. And we're not even going to get on the fact that, how am I going to say this? Lord, forgive me. I don't care what season it is, but I thought you're supposed to have muscles when you wear a muscle shirt. Most people I see don't have muscles in the shirt. Trust me, I got several shirts like that. There's no muscle, but it's cold. Then they have the nerve to say I know. And that's when you got to fix your face. That's the one thing I am thankful for about wearing a mask. And I'm going to have to adjust because I'm claiming there's going to come a day with this whole mask thing is gone. Okay. But I do wear a mask and I'm thankful for my mask because it hides my facial expressions. Now I can't help my eyes. My eyes telling me every time. But do you know how hard it is to see somebody come? I'm in the gas station. Somebody walks in and flip-flops and a muscle shirt. Talking about, whoa, it's cold out there. Really? Really? But I'm going to tell you something. The people who can't regulate their house, hot and cold, snow getting people who just go and buy everything in the store, have more groceries than they have houses for. People who wear summer clothes, some of this and some of that in the wintertime. But can I tell you who gets me the most? Who just burns my bunion? Who I just don't understand. Let me see here. Shirley says, one of the dads in my church, he and his son wear flip-flops and shorts with sweatshirt in the winter all the time. That is like an outfit. Let's see here. Here's the long PJs, tank tops, and Uggs. Lisa, have you been to Walmart? That is the Walmart uniform. And you got to make sure the PJ bottoms are dirty and coming apart. Yes. But there is one type of man. One type of person in the wintertime that makes no sense to me. Carol says, they're crazy, but I still love them. I just don't let them hug me. That's right. A barber. Let me tell you, this is the one person that I need y'all to help me make it make sense. And this sounds bad, but again, we're just having fun. But I can't understand in the wintertime when I see a mother and a father and their children, and the mother and father are covered from head to toe with the hats and the beanies and gloves and the jacket, and it's zipped all the way up. And the child is behind them in just a t-shirt. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Am I on my own on this? Oh, I don't know. I guess growing up, let me tell you something. When I had Sydney for a year, it felt like forever. When she was little, they would always say this: cover that baby's head up. Y'all remember that? You better cover that baby's head up. Why you got that baby out here with nothing covering his head? Oh, I can't. If you have on a coat, okay, so I'm not alone in that. Other people have seen that. I can handle just about all of it. It's the last one that gets me. If you have on a coat, I will go without my coat. I will go coatless to make sure my child is taken care of. And I understand we have a bit of a different generation now. And a lot of these kids, they think they have, what do they think they have? An opinion. Y'all know they think they have a vote. I wish Sydney would. If I say go put on a jacket, that's not a question and it's not a debate. Go put on a jacket. Maria says you can't fix it. See, I wasn't being judgmental. Margaret Ann said, or their kids are better. Christine says, my grandson never wears a jacket. I bought him one for his Christmas. He's 16. Christine. Well, listen, before I get out of here, Christine, get him in that jacket. I know you, and I've seen some of your comments enough to know. I know that's your grandson, so you try not to get in the middle, but I know you well enough to know if he was with you, he'd have a coat on. Oh, y'all are so funny. Cover that baby's feet. Don't get me started about that. Okay, y'all breathe. Okay, breathe. Oh, I'm just having flashbacks. You know, when we were little, whenever we did get sick, how many of you all, it was a miracle when you got sick that you didn't slide out of the bed because your mama slicked you down in Vicks Vapor Rub. She put it all over your face, all over your chest and under your feet and put you in some socks. You could slide out of the bed if you, you had the whole house smelling like menthol. Let's see here. Shirley says, we had that happen taking pictures. It's freezing cold out. Parents all bundled up, but kids in a short sleeve summer dress. Oh, I was so mad. I see that all the time. It makes no sense. It's just weird to me. Catherine says, my daughter is 21 in college. I'm lucky if she is respectfully covered. Okay, in your daughter's defense, back when I was in college, it's so difficult to wear a jacket when you go to parties and stuff because you have nowhere to put it while you're dancing. So in her defense, that's a little different. I'm a defender. Let's see here. Yes. Yes. Y'all remember this stuff? Do y'all remember? Let's see here. My mama did that. God rest her soul. Vicks and the vaporizer. LOL. Yes. Have you ever meditated? Meditated? Is that what this is? Yes. All the time. Yes. At first, I can't see meditated. Yes, I had meditate. At first, I thought that said medicate. And I was supposed to say, yes, I do medicate sometimes, but no, I do meditate. Meditating helps to center me. Sometimes you just got to be still and get in one spot and say, Lord, I thank you for this day. And then just sit. Just sit in that for a minute. I do that. Some people make it I don't want to say a performance. They make it really ritualistic, and they have to do it at a certain time and do certain things. And if that's what you need, that's great. But sometimes I'm at work and I shut the door to my office, or I'll go to the bathroom and shut the stall door and just say, okay, Lord, I need a moment with you. So yes, I definitely do that. Okay. I'm sorry. Sade says, my granny thought Vicks Vapor Rub and castor oil cured it. Oh, not the castor oil. Absolutely the castor oil. My God. Ooh. Yes, the castor oil. Well, listen here. Y'all get that Vicks and that castor oil together. The other thing I wanted to make sure you guys knew, let's see here. I just put Vicks on my baby's feet for her cough. Absolutely. Susan says, my daughter wears flip-flops in the winter and she wants to move to South Dakota. Too cold for me. It's cold here in Beaufort, South Carolina. Now, let me tell you something. As someone who's lived in the North and the South, okay? Go ahead. Sometimes you have to, Susan. As a mother, I know I'm speaking to you as a mother, okay? There's a ministry that I call the Okay Then ministry, okay? Now, let me tell you what that means. And this is how you say it. Okay then. When you have talked until you are blue in the face, when you have tried to prove that sometimes you got to let experience be the teacher. So let her go to South Dakota with the flip-flops on. Okay then, go ahead. Okay then. I promise you that cold weather, it'll teach you a thing or two. And sit up there in them flip-flops, and the only thing she's going to be doing is flipping and flopping to find some boots. Okay, then go ahead with your flip-flops. That's your new ministry. We'll talk about it more in the future. Okay then is what we call it, though, the Okay Then ministry. Before I go, this is Martin Luther King weekend, and a lot of people use this time to pause and recognize the contributions that Dr. King made to our country in his efforts to bring equality to the forefront. And I'll be very honest with you all. I don't want to take away anything that Dr. King stands for or anything that Dr. King has done. But what's sad to me is we focus so much on the dream, and a lot of people don't know about his life. A lot of people don't know other sermons that he has written or wrote and spoke that were just as powerful. It kind of stops with the dream. And I want to encourage you all to learn more about his life, and we could talk about him. I was an Africanic Studies minor in college for my undergrad, so I know a lot about him and a lot of African-American figures, and we'll share and we'll talk about that at another time. But my charge to you is to make sure that you are living in a way that is reflective of Martin Luther King's dream, which is also the dream I preach about all the time, getting your shine on. Because it is not just about black and white. It's just about people. I stress to you, our goal is to shine for everyone. A lot of times we discount people because of their background, because of their ethnicity, because of their sexual orientation. And I'm saying to you, let that go. Our dream is to treat people the way we want to be treated, but also to treat people with respect. And I think a lot of times people get that mixed up when you say treat people the way you want to be treated, because they think if I treat them that way, they're going to treat me. No, that's not always true. People don't always treat you the way you are treating them, but you don't treat people right and respectfully because you're expecting something in return. You treat them that way because it's the right thing to do. Okay. And it's more about your integrity and what you stand for. Don't stoop to other people's levels. Okay. That's one. Two, you can't shine if you are discounting people for any reason whatsoever. I did not tell you that you have to agree with everybody and everybody's stance. That is not what I am saying. Okay. But what I do want you to do is just shine. Meet every situation and every person with open arms. And I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to get off of here. This situation happened to me this weekend, and it cracked me up. We were standing in the store. Here, Food City is big. That's the grocery store. And when I got in line, the line was backed up all the way to the aisles. Now, we're living in a time of COVID and of storms. And like Miss Christine said, and there's just a lot going on. And when you think about the food supply chain and distribution and lack of workers, we really aren't in a situation where our first instinct is to complain. Okay? You kind of need to give people grace. Walk in every situation with grace. But as we stood there and this line is continuing to grow and people are trying to move through the line and cut through to continue grocery shopping and all of that, there were 4 lines open in all of the self-checkout. The line in self-checkout was long. And there was a manager who was working his butt off trying to keep everything moving. And there was another manager who was standing in the corner talking. Okay? He was talking. And it was obvious the conversation was kind of casual. There was a gentleman standing in front of me, and he turned around and looked at me, and he said, "This is ridiculous." I didn't say anything. I just nodded and said, "Yeah." That's all I said. And then he looked around, and he pulled out his phone, and he called the store that we were standing in. Okay? Now, at this point, I'm invested because I'm like, what in the world is about to happen? He called the store, and we could see the young guy who was working his butt off go to the phone, and he said, "I want to speak to the manager. I want to speak to the head manager." So the young guy put the call on hold and asked for the head manager to pick up the phone. The guy who was the manager who was in the corner talking walks over to the phone. Mind you, I am watching all this go down. The guy in front of me says, "You need to open up another register. We are all standing in this line. And this sign here says if there are 2 or 3 or more people in line, that is not our policy." He read the sign off. Okay. And the gentleman said, "Yes, sir." He put the phone down, and magically another line opened up. The gentleman then turned back to me because I'm standing there like, I need to open up a bag of chips and see how this is going to go down. The gentleman turned back to me and he says, "Yes, I'm being a Karen." You all, one thing I don't like is when you get me tickled and I'm not expecting to laugh. I laughed so loud and so hard. Here's this man who simply picked up the phone and made a phone call and turns to me and says, "I know I'm being a Karen." I think I scared him because I laughed so hard. And I told him, "You're not being a Karen." The stereotypical term Karen would have meant he made a scene. He was loud and disrespectful. He simply saw a problem, picked up the phone, and made a call. Okay. We stood in that line, even though another line opened up, we still had to wait. We stood in that line and we talked about making chili and making white beans. And we just had a conversation. Okay. Now, I didn't expect to tell this story, and the man was not being a Karen. But my point is this. I didn't know that man from Adam. He didn't know me. We may have opposing views. He was black. I was black. I'm black. Not was. I am. And he was white. But we found common ground in the midst of a not so good situation. And that to me is what Dr. King was talking about. We don't always have to agree, but there needs to be some level right now, especially of decorum. I see a lot of you guys talking about how he would be so disappointed in our world now. And I agree, but it just takes one. You can't think for everybody else. You can't be anybody but you, and you can only control what you do. So shine, just shine. That's it. From that simple interaction, from his almost Karen moment, I made a new friend. You see what I'm saying? Let me see these comments. Just shine. Yes, he could have yelled to the manager. Exactly. He didn't do that. He wasn't being a Karen, although he did crack me up. I can tell you're truly filled with the Holy Spirit. Why, thank you, Laura. You know, me and Jesus, we talk every now and then. And we're going to end right there tonight. Get your shine on and just, reflect on Dr. King's dream, and whatever it is, do something of service. That is my charge to you this week. Do something of service. Tomorrow, my daughter and I are taking a bunch of clothes, some of them not even worn, to give away. Whatever you can do, just do something in service. Okay, that is my charge to you. And my mother says, family, we are being that light every Sunday evening. Let's share the light. Absolutely. When we come together, we are being the light. Get your shine on, and I will see you next Sunday, but I'm sure I'll post before then, as always. Now, y'all go pray for me, because I got to go check on this husband of mine. Ooh, the Cowboys lost. Get your shine.